Do you like big books? Because we're gonna read some more in 2025. Hello everybody and welcome back. So today we are going to be sharing our Game of Tomes book schedule for 2025. So this is a book club that I co-host on Fable with my best friend Emma from her YouTube channel Emmy, and we have been hosting book clubs for many years now, and we are so excited to keep reading together in 2025 for Game of Tomes. There are some changes coming to the book club which I'm really excited about, and I know Emma is as well. I'll make sure to link her announcement video in the description as well, because she might touch on some things that maybe I have forgotten or have left out. But anyway, so Game of Tomes is basically a book club dedicated to reading big books, and it is something that we have really been so passionate about because I feel like reading big books on your own can be very daunting, and I think just reading big books with a group of people can make it a lot more approachable, manageable, and just more fun. We love reading with you guys and going on Fable and looking at the different discussions. So on Fable, it is my favorite reading app, like for tracking my own reading and also for hosting book clubs. And what Fable does so well is for each book that we choose, we can set a certain amount of time we want to read the book for, and then it breaks down the book into different chapters. So there is a different discussion board for each chapter so you don't get spoiled for the future chapters, which I think is so great. So I love reading through the chapters while we read together and just discussing with you guys. It's so much fun. So one of the big changes coming to the book club in 2025 is we are no longer reading one book every 2 months. We will be reading one book every 3 months. So 2025 will be dedicated to 4 books. Each book you will have 3 months to read each book, just because it's been getting a little overwhelming for Emma and I. We also have a lot of plans in 2025. Our schedules are looking to be very busy, so we felt like we didn't want to completely stop the book club, but we just needed to give ourselves a bit more time to read the books, and we will of course continue to have our video discussions when we're done with each book, which we will post on either one of our channels. I can't wait to tell you what books we're reading in 2025. I made a huge list of all of our options, and then Emma and I FaceTimed, and I told her all of my ideas, and she picked 2, and I picked 2. So it's going to be really fun to see how we feel about our own choices. Then we decided which book felt like it would be perfect for which season, because we really love reading seasonally. So are you ready for the schedule? I only have 2 books actually with me. One book is in England right now, and another book I haven't ordered yet because I want a specific edition, but I want to make sure that I want that specific edition. Anyway, so in January, February, and March, we will be reading The Magic Mountain by Thomas Mann. This is one of Emma's picks. I have also really been wanting to read this book as well, but Emma picked this one. And to be honest, I don't know too much about it. I know that it's set in the wintry, snowy mountains, and I feel like that would be perfect for January, February, and March. And I've also really been wanting to read some Thomas Mann. I've heard amazing things about his books. Definitely let us know if you have read this one, if you've been wanting to read this one, will you be joining in? How you feel about Thomas Mann, if you have read any of his other books. So I'm just super excited to start the year with this one. So that is the first book. The book we will be reading in April, May, and June, I picked. And I know so many of you are going to be so happy about this, because this is a book that I have been putting off for so long. I started reading it and then I stopped because I got too overwhelmed with the other books that I had to read, and it's not that I didn't want to continue, I just didn't have enough time. That book is, I'm sure many of you can guess, East of Eden by John Steinbeck. I am so excited. I'm so excited to finally read this book. Like I said, this is a book that I have been trying to read for literally years. You can go back on my channel and just see me mention it a million times, and I have not read it yet. So I'm very excited to finally dedicate 3 months to reading this incredible book. I loved it. I read the first, I think, 50 pages, and I was adoring it. And I know so many people love it. It's so many people's favorite books. And it is a chunky one. So I'm really happy that I can take my time with this one. And I think that's the thing that I really wanted to highlight, and I know Emma feels the same way. When you're reading big books, you want to have time with it. You want to take your time with it, because I feel like the great thing about big books is feeling immersed and almost feeling like you are one of the characters, and just to take your time while reading it. And I know whenever I finish a really big book, and that takes me a long time, it is just the best feeling to really immerse yourself in the writing and to not feel rushed and to just have a nice time and not feel pressured. So I can't wait to not feel pressured while reading East of Eden, and I'm so glad that we can finally read it together and I can finally read it, and it's just, I have a feeling, going to be one of my best books, one of my favorite books of 2025, so I'm really glad that we can all read it together. So I'm so excited about this one, and I really hope we all love it. I have very high expectations, and I feel like they're going to be met, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes, but extremely, extremely eager to pick this one up in 2025, and I just can't wait. The next book we will be reading in July, August, and September is my other pick. This is the one that I haven't chosen my edition yet. I think I know which edition I want to get, but I'm not 100% sure, and that is The Silmarillion by J.R.R. Tolkien. So we read the whole Lord of the Rings series in 2024, and that has become mine and Emma's one of our favorite series, one of our favorite books. We fell in love with Tolkien's writing, with the world and the universe of Lord of the Rings, and I was saying to Emma when we were FaceTiming talking about our schedule for 2025, how amazing would it be if we read the Silmarillion together? Because the Silmarillion is the prequel and is set before Lord of the Rings. So I felt like it would just be so perfect and full circle for if you joined us for reading Lord of the Rings, or even if you haven't read Lord of the Rings, I still think reading the Silmarillion first could be a great thing. It could work really well, like chronology-wise, and I'm so excited because I did watch Rings of Power this year. It's currently still 2024. So I watched Rings of Power this year. I haven't finished the second season, but I was really loving it. I especially loved seeing how Sauron came to be a bit in Rings of Power, and I can't wait to read more about his character in the Silmarillion. And I do feel like that would be a perfect, like, summary read because of Tolkien's amazing descriptions, and I'm just so excited to read more Tolkien, read more of the Lord of the Rings universe, and I hope that you guys are excited to read more with us and to kind of have that full circle moment of we read Lord of the Rings in 2024 and then we could read the Silmarillion in 2025. Then the last book we will be reading in October, November, and December is one that I also think is perfect for that time of year, and this is a book that I've heard amazing things about, and I'm really, again, very, very excited about it. This is Emma's second pick, and that is Babel by R.F. Kuang, and it's an arcane history. I don't know too much about this one. Again, I don't want to know too much. I know that it is set in Oxford, and I know that it is like fantasy mixed with the dark academia, and that sounds amazing. That sounds like a great time and perfect for that season of October, November, and December. I've heard amazing things about R.F. Kuang's writing, and I'm really happy that Emma picked it because it's been on my shelves for such a long time, and again, I've heard amazing things about it. I just want to understand the amazing feelings that people have towards this book. So again, if you've read this one, if you haven't, are you excited about it? Will you be joining in? How do you feel about R.F. Kuang if you've read any of their other work? So definitely let me know, but this one is another one that I'm so glad we're reading, and I think it's going to be a great way to end the year for the book club. So Again, I only have 2 of the books, but here are 2 of the choices that we'll be reading. I hope that you guys are excited. I hope that you are excited to really take more time with the books that we're reading. And if you want to join the book club and you haven't, then there is a link in the description to join us on Babel. So definitely click the link if you'd like to join and be a part of the discussion with us. But we are so happy to be reading more big books with you in 2025. I hope that I covered everything. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments or watch Emma's video. Like I said, I will link it in the description as well. She might have touched on things that I didn't. So thank you so much for reading with us in 2024. We truly have so much fun reading with you guys, and I just appreciate each and every one of you for being part of the discussions and for joining us and just for being here. It really means the world to us. So I can't wait to read with you in 2025. I think it's going to be really great, and I'm just looking forward to all of it. So I hope you are too. I hope you're having a wonderful end of the year, and I hope you have a fantastic new year. I will see you again very soon, and as always, happy reading.